Hey guys, welcome back to FMR Therapy's movement stuff. Today I want to demonstrate the McGill Hip Airplane and talk about why we're doing the McGill Hip Airplane. So especially if you've been in clinic with me and we've had some kind of, we've noticed that your hip doesn't really love external rotation or any kind of rotation for that matter. Or we notice that you don't really have great balance on one leg. Maybe you've got some knee pain. Maybe you've always kind of had a flat arch or something like that. A lot of my back pain people, we're going to be doing the McGill Hip Airplane. We want range of motion of the hip, but we also want control of the hip. So this one's a little bit tricky. Most of the time when I'm trying to find good examples of it, I can't find good examples of it. And I think that it's because the concept of what you're trying to do in your body is a little mysterious. So I really want you to play with this one, try to figure it out, do it a bunch of times, rewatch this video and do it a bunch more times, and really try to figure out what is it that I'm trying to do. But conceptually, I just want to introduce, if you're standing on your feet, the rotation in your hip that we're looking for is going to feel different than when you're not standing on your feet. If you're laying on your back or if you're seated in a chair, the rotation that's happening in the hip is going to be a little different. And since we're going to be standing on our feet, that's why it gets a little bit lost. But here's the McGill Hip Airplane. This is both a range of motion exercise and a stability training tool that you can use. I like to use a chair. I don't see any need when you're starting this exercise to try to have a one-legged balance exercise going on. So this is basic, and we're just going to use a chair, or you can touch the wall and use a wall. Your couch, even just holding onto like a broom or a Swiffer or something is helpful so that you're not trying to work on balance all at the same time. Then once you get good at the airplane, start working on balance, eh? So I'm going to face the chair so that you can see the side demonstration, and then I'll face you. But what we want to do is we want to keep the back nice and flat. So my spine's going to stay nice and flat, meaning I'm going to stay nice and braced right here. I'm contracting my belly so that nobody would be able to punch me from the side. From there, I'm just going to kind of reach out and hold on to my chair. I'm nice and tight, and I'm just going to hinge my hip forward a little bit. You'll notice that my leg that's not working is going to go back, right? And I call this, just kind of moving your leg and your upper body like a nutcracker, all in one, like it's all one piece. From there, I'm going to go ahead and start opening up this hip right here. I'm actually turning my body and this leg that way, right? So I came from here, and now I'm turning everything except for the planted leg towards you, right? I would come back down and then repeat, right? And really what I'm creating on this leg is external rotation of this leg, right? But it's planted on the ground. Another way I can get that is by turning this way. Here's the fault that starts to happen. If you are stiff in this leg, then what's going to happen is, even if you get into a good position, as you start turning, this leg here, it's going to want to come with you like that, right? Can you see that my knee is actually headed that way as my body goes to face the wall over there, right? That is not what we want. The real, meat and potatoes of this exercise is trying to improve our external rotation. And that is my knee going that way. That is external rotation. So when I'm planted here, what I'm really going to be focusing on is not where my body is going, but actually what this knee is doing. I want it to go that way, right? And not actually go that way, but I just don't want it to go this way, so I'm going to be pulling on it to go that way. As I'm opening my hip up this way, I'm actively pressing my knee the other direction and really trying to make sure that that knee doesn't come with me as I'm opening up and then closing down. When I close down, I can close down all the way, get a nice stretch back here in this hip. Then I'm going to open up again, and I'm actively pulling that stance leg knee out, right? And really giving it a lot of effort there, right? Again, I'm trying to move my trunk and this leg like it's all one thing. I'm trying to get this leg to stay behind and stay planted. You guys, that's the McGill Hip Airplane. play with it. Like I said, give yourself a break by holding on to something instead of just trying to do it in a single leg stance. Do both legs. Watch the video again and do it again, and really start paying attention to where that knee is and what this movement looks like. If you have to, record yourself. Take a little video of what your McGill Hip Airplane looks like. Look at mine, look at yours, watch them together, see if they look similar. And let's get those hips moving, huh? Good job, you guys. I'll see you soon.